How's it going?
I'm Heather.
I'm Josh.
We're the Lapids, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna do a Filipino food mukbang of some of our favorite ulams, aka main dishes.
Kain na.
So today we have
Pancit and rice.
pancit and then
Canton?
bihon.
Bihon.
Some pancit bihon and rice. And then me, I chose adobong pusit for my meal or my ulam. And then Josh.
I love sisig, so had to go with the sisig.
Yep. And then, most Filipino food combos come with some barbecue. So we have some chicken barbecue. Do you want to go ahead and open that up? Yeah, so we tried to get ones that are like our favorites. Josh always gets sisig. I usually go for stuff that like I don't usually cook myself. What would you say is your like number one favorite?
Sisig? Pretty much.
I love adobong pusit, but it's not my number one. My number one is probably kare-kare, but they did not have that today, so I had to go with this instead. I'm so excited. I haven't had this in a while.
I got this from Island Pacific.
Yes, Island Pacific.
It's in San Diego. We'll try some other Filipino food spots in San Diego, see which one's our favorite.
Oh my gosh, let's see. Yeah, and this place...
But this definitely is one of our favorite places to go.
I think there's a few, like, Island Pacific locations, like not... I don't know. There might be some that are, like, not in California, like in other states as well. But Island Pacific is pretty much just, like, a Filipino market. And then they have, like, a little, like, turo, like, restaurant there as well. So that is where we got this food from today.
And we got some C2s here. Yes. I really like this apple flavor.
I always gotta go with the lemon.
I love apple flavor anything. I get like apple flavor kombucha, apple juice. Best flavor.
Okay. So, I'm not a big... I actually prefer pancit canton over bihon. But, I mean...
Those are fighting words.
This is all they had in terms of pancit, so that's what we're gonna have. And then I think I'm gonna do a little bit of both. I'm like one of those people who like at Filipino parties, like I hardly eat like the pancit. I don't know, I'm just like, I'd rather have rice than pancit.
I eat everything except for eggs.
What's your first, like, do you remember what the first like Filipino food you
Oh yeah, adobo or beef steak my mom cooked.
His mom makes really good beef steak. I don't know, I think mine was probably adobo too. I feel like that's probably like what most Filipino parents feed their children first. But I've always liked my tops, like kare-kare, dinuguan. I feel like I've always liked that stuff even when I was a kid.
I actually didn't start eating sisig until like high school. Like or like none of my family members really like made it. So I'll just at like a Filipino food place once and I just ordered it. I don't know why. And then I just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I've always liked seafood, so I guess that's why I like adobong pusit. My mom used to make it like every now and then, not like all the time. So that's why like whenever I see it, I like try to eat it because I don't come by it too often. Oh, can you pass me one of the barbecues? And I actually like the tentacles are like my favorite part.
Alright, cheers.
Yum. We're so hungry.
I'm starving right now. There's multiple types of sisig, right? Because your dad cooks the grilled sisig, but this is like a fried sisig.
Yeah.
I like the fried ones. I like the grilled ones too, but what?
This doesn't look fried. It's like more wet looking.
Yeah, but it looks like the Yeah, it's definitely fried. There's like crunchy parts too.
But there's like some like sisig to me usually looks like hella crispy, like almost like lechon, that crispy. But yeah, in the Philippines they do like the cracked egg over top. But if you've seen our previous cooking video, you already know that Josh doesn't like eggs, so that would probably be a no-go for him. And if you didn't know, Josh doesn't eat eggs. I myself do not eat sisig.
Missing out.
I'm not like a big like fried eater, so like lechon I don't really eat either. But I do love lechon paksiw. But like anything super greasy, like I don't usually like eat too much of. Whenever I go to the Philippines, I remember there's like one year when I went to the Philippines, and it was like the first time I ever had C2, and ever since then, like I've just loved C2.
All right, I'm gonna try this adobo. My mom makes this sometimes. I think I've had it like
your mom does make
times. It always kind of weirded me out, but you know, like no, I do like squid.
I wish there was a little bit more sabaw.
Oh, really good. I think that's a good amount.
Oh, there is. I love sabaw. Oh yeah.
That's good.
Oh yes. Yeah, for surprisingly, Josh is actually, he eats a lot of like Filipino foods that like I think some people like wouldn't expect like a Filipino person who grew up in America to eat, because we went to the Philippines together in 2019, and that was Josh's first time in the Philippines, and his parents both pretty much grew up in San Diego, so I feel like a lot of times in those instances like you don't really like experience like as much Filipino food, but his Lola still cooks a lot of Filipino food, so he's definitely well in tune with the Filipino cuisine.
I do eat dinuguan. It's chocolate meat, right?
Dinuguan is one of my favorites. It's one of my dad's specialties, so I grew up eating it all the time. And I'm very particular about my dinuguan because of that.
Let's remove that out of there.
Did you eat it?
I think I just ate it.
He's talking about the little, like bone.
Not gonna stay in my stomach forever.
You also have to be careful of the tentacle part. There's like a beak
I
inside.
think I just crunched that thing.
I mean, usually when they're like small, it's like not that big, but sometimes like when they're big, it's like kind of sketch. Oh, see this one. There's the beak right there. You see it poking out. Have you tried the barbecue yet?
Yep, it's really good.
I need some more rice.
This sisig isn't my favorite one I had in San Diego.
Yeah, I feel like there's
It's alright.
because it doesn't look crispy.
It's crispy, but not as crispy as I would like it.
We also have some like microwave rice if you need some more rice. Where's the bowl?
Let's go low carb.
It's so hard to go like no rice as a Filipino person, especially when there's like sabaw.
Everything goes good with rice.
Yum. Gosh, I'm like starving. I can't eat as fast as I want to. See, the key is to have lots of sabaw.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's where all the flavor is. Most of the Filipino food places are like 30 minutes away from where we live. So it's a little bit out of the way for us, so we don't get to have it often. We do sometimes make like Filipino food at home, but mostly like sinigang, tinola, arroz caldo, like stuff like that.
When we first started dating, she asked, "Oh, if you could only eat one type of ethnic cuisine for your entire life, what would it be?" And I like pretty much instantly said Filipino food. I think she was kind of surprised by that.
Mm-hmm. But that's why, like what I was saying earlier, like mostly because like your parents are so like Americanized.
I don't even think you said Filipino. I think you said Japanese food.
Mm-hmm. It's hard. Sushi.
I don't know. I love Filipino food.
I do too. I will say Filipino food is always like #1 like comfort food. I think, especially for me, since my parents live in the Philippines, so I don't get to see them often. It like makes me feel like home, I guess. So the barbecue is really good.
Kind of wish I warmed up the barbecue before, but
We're too hungry. We were just in the movie for like 3 hours, so. This is so good. All these little beaks.
All right. How do I do this? Am I removing it out of here?
So usually I cut it in the middle and pull it apart. And then you just like hold that down. Yep. There you go. And then in here, you want to cut like this one off, and usually the little beak will pop out because it's really thin. Yeah. Even all of my family members were so surprised that he was like eating all of the Filipino food when we were in the Philippines. He even had so my favorite is like fish balls in the Philippines, and he had some, and you liked it, right?
Oh, good.
I tried to make sure to like have him experience like some of like the like common like street foods. Like we got taho and dirty ice cream.
Before I went to the Philippines, we went to see my Lola. I was like, Lola, I'm gonna eat a bunch of street food there. And then she got mad at me. She said, "Oh, don't eat the street food there. You might get TB."
I was cracking up. I'm like, I've been eating that food since I was like 4 years old.
So I guess maybe back then, when tuberculosis was a bigger threat, you'd have to be a lot more cautious. But it doesn't seem like modern.
Yeah, and nowadays it's like a lot more like sanitary. I think especially after like COVID. See, if you've noticed, I haven't even like I've barely touched the pancit.
Next time we'll just get all rice.
So good. Let us know in the comments what foods you want us to get next for our mukbang. We plan to do like a few of these, but let us know what you want us to try.
Yeah, we'll try to find a place that has it, or if not, we try cooking it. Lola actually gets mad when I buy Filipino food because she's like, "Oh, I could have just cooked that here."
Like, you know, everybody cooks Filipino food differently. So like his mom's adobo is like so different from my parents' adobo, like, you know, vice versa. Like, just depends like where you're from, I guess, in the Philippines. But sometimes like you just want something that tastes a specific way. So good. Okay. We're gonna finish eating, but we'll catch you guys in the next one. And yeah, like we said, let us know what you guys want us to try next. I guess we'll see you guys next time.